Ryan. I'm Ed Grant with the Media Relations from Village of Oak Lawn.
Hey, Ed.
Thank you for hosting us.
Absolutely.
Here to talk about all the good work that you bring to Oak Lawn and your long history. So can you explain a little bit about the history of Napleton Honda?
Sure. So the Napleton dealership group was originally founded by my great-grandfather, Edward W. Napleton, in 1931. He was a bicycle repairman around the turn of the century, and when cars came around, he became a mechanic and saved his whole life. And as he got a little bit older in life, he opened a Buick station in Blue Island, and that was 1931, so 85 years ago. And we've been growing since. My grandfather Fran took over in the 40s and 50s, followed by my dad, who's Ed Napleton, and 4 or 5 of my uncles have all been in the business, and now I'm 4th generation. My brother Eddie, my sister Katie, my sister Kristen are all in the business with us. So it's really been a family business for a long time, and we're really proud of the history that we have. And my dad Ed came to Oak Lawn in 1986 with a Subaru Volvo store, and came with Oak Lawn Honda in 1987. So we're close to our 30th anniversary with Oak Lawn, but with Oak Lawn Honda, but it's been 30 years since he came to Oak Lawn in the first place. So
that's a great birthday right there.
Yeah,
85
absolutely.
and 30th coming up on it.
We moved our Oak Lawn Honda store. We were at 6701 West 95th Street, and in 2011 we remodeled this from a Dodge store to a Honda store and moved here in December of 2011.
Right.
The business has been moving up every year since.
And you've been immensely involved with the Oak Lawn community as well. Do you want to talk about just a few of the events that you do or the
Sure.
charities that you work with?
I mean, one of the cornerstones that my great-grandfather always believed in was to invest back in the community that's investing in you. And so my grandfather, my dad, everyone's kind of taken that spirit, and we have going forward as well. Probably the biggest thing we did was a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, we donated the turf to Oak Lawn High School, and we were fortunate enough that they actually named the field Napleton Field, which was a great honor for my dad and our family, and a nice legacy to move on from there. But we do a lot of things. My dad's a big supporter of Brother Rice High School. He and all my uncles went there. St. Rita High School as well. We supported the Police Chapter 309. And then most recently, we, not just the Oak Lawn Honda store, but all the Napleton, Chicagoland stores did a water drive for Flint, Michigan, where what I thought was going to be just like 1 or 2 parts vans going up to Michigan. It was a big response from our employees, the customers, and everybody else, and we ended up donating 25,000 bottles of water to Flint, Michigan, which we had to get 3 U-Hauls to get all the stuff up there. So it was a great success. This is our 3rd year. It's our 3rd year that we're going to be hosting the USO event. It's a really cool car show. Guys from all over the area are really proud of some of the unique cars that they have from the 40s, 50s, 60s. They bring them here. We have contests for everybody, but at the end of the day, we really do all this to make a nice donation to the USO. And last year, we raised over $7,000, and I think this year's going to be even bigger than better. We have a lot more sponsors this year. I think we'll probably hit over $10,000 in the donations, and this event is really the kickoff for the Chicago Automotive Dealers Association USO event, which last year, we raised. The goal was to raise $150,000 this year. So this event kind of kicks it off. All the dealers do a barbecue and stuff like that, but we're really happy that Oak Lawn Honda gets to be the start every year of the season to give back to the troops.
Right, and your goal for just this facility is $10,000, but
just this event.
This is
and we do other events
an overall $150,000 that will go to the USO.
Correct.
So that's a huge contribution, and that's a pretty significant part that you're playing into it.
Well, a lot of our employees actually came and brought this to us, and when they have a good idea and it's a good cause, it's easy to say yes to.
Right. So that was going to be my follow-up, was why the USO is the specific charity that you guys worked with. Do you have service members as employees, or have you worked with them before?
Our group actually has nearly 2,000 employees, and of that, a good portion, I think somewhere around 70 or 80 people served in the military in some way, whether the Navy, Air Force, Army.
Right.
So, it means a lot to them, so it means a lot to us, and it seemed like the best way to bring community and employees together and donate to a good cause.
No, it definitely fits with your portfolio of giving back to the community. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, gentlemen, I'm Ed Grant, Steve,
Kevin?
Kevin, thanks for taking your time out of your day to explain this USO event that you guys are promoting July 10th. Last year was a big deal. This year it seems to be even a bigger deal. Do you want to cover some of the finer points of?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely want to do that for you. This year on the western end of our property, we're expecting somewhere north of at least 300 to 400 cars or better. We're going to clear out all the inventory from the new car side on Saturday. And then we'll gradually start, making arrangements as for the following day's production. But you'll see everything from about 1900 forward. In the last few years that we've been doing it, we've actually had a couple hundred vehicles. Any non-participating traffic, we'd welcome them to go ahead and park over at the high school itself, right off of Austin Avenue.
Right.
From there, what they're going to do is in the student body parking lot, we'll go ahead and have a little bit of help from the Oak Lawn and as well to go ahead and park them accordingly. But any overflow, we'll have it right off of Austin Avenue there, or right on the outside in between the two properties. But also on that date, and we're going to have a massive concert being erected in the parking lot. A 24 by 20 foot sound stage will be put together with the headliner, the legendary Drifters, will be later on that night.
Right, that's quite the stage.
Well, it is. We're going to have the stage, all the visual and audio stuff that'll be there, and Powerhouse Video Productions as well. We'll also be taping it for the troops, as well as broadcasting it live to USO centers throughout Illinois, as well as some of your other U.S. military bases.
And this will be a live stream, so troops in the service currently will be able to watch it live on TV or through their internet.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to be teaming up with Powerhouse Video Productions, a local company here, and they'll be helping us assist that with 4 camera crews, 2 being on stage, each facing outward, 1 in the middle of the crowd somewhere, and then a high elevated shot that'll be going ahead and shooting down on a downward platform.
Wow, it's quite the production. And it's not just a concert as well, there's a car show going on.
Car show, and we're going to have some local food vendors. We're going to have Chuck's Barbecue out here and TCBY and Pizza Hut. The local Rotary is going to be providing a beer tent, so there'll be all kinds of additional entertainment there. We had a big turnout with that last year, so we're looking for even bigger turnout this year and giving a little back to the community.
Right, yeah, it sounds great. And your local elected officials be giving speeches throughout the day as well, too? They're scheduled?
Yeah, they're coming in around noon. Senator Burry is going to do a presentation, a proclamation to the troops again. You're going to have Jessica Dolan, the Vice President of the USO organization, will be here. They'll do to tell you a little bit about the organization and then where some of the resources were spent last year.
Right.
For it.
So tell us more about the last year's efforts. I heard it was a record number.
It was. We definitely exceeded last year's objective. In the first year, we were just promoting a car show itself and playing off some of the successes and the public and community support that we had. We went ahead and expanded upon it, invited Chuck Southern Comfort, TCBY of Oak Lawn will be back again, Wenzell Pretzel Company, you'll have the Rotary Society of Moraine Valley will be back, and then in total we had 21 vendors. This year we're already up to 68 and climbing.
Wow. More than tripled it. And last year the goal raised was $121,000.
Yeah, out of
all of the dealerships in Illinois.
Well, the dealerships is a part of the Chicago Auto Trade Association,
right.
And there were 80 of us that took part in the project last year, and collectively we were able to raise $121,000 for the troops.
Wow.
The goal would be by July 16th to raise $150,000, and for the troops and everybody else that would be involved in the project.
That's a phenomenal number to reach.
We're excited about it. So it'll be a big turnout. Hopefully the community and will come out and partake in the show and enjoy the free concert and maybe even buy a car or two.
Right, yeah, Sunday, July 10th, right?
That's right.
That's correct.
Great. And there's even a concert on the green over at the Village, so I don't know if it's possible if they'll still have any party left in them after leaving this place, but another free concert down the road, isn't it?
We were talking about that with Sandra Burry a little bit. It's a Jimmy Buffett tribute band that'll actually be playing a couple hours afterwards. And so, you know, if we would love everybody to come out to our event, but you know, if you wanted to come out and support the Oak Lawn community, please feel free to do so later on that night.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for meeting with me. Sounds like a great time. Looking forward to it.
We'll see you there.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.